Good to see you, Jamie. Good to
Good to
see
see you,
you.
mate. You all right?
Good man. Thank you for jumping on the call with me today, bro. I just wanted to take some time to dive into your own personal experience and journey going through the coaching experience, right? Sometimes people can see testimonials, but where they can just be words on a screen, it might not relate to them as much. So these calls are very important to other people getting insight into kind of coaching that I do, and also relate to other individuals too, which is a good thing about doing this to show what's possible for other people if they commit to this coaching, right? So, in terms of yourself, mate, in terms of like the group coaching, how did you find the group coaching overall and your experience?
Like literally a game changer. I was on a good path, I think already. I think before I jumped on with you, I'd already kind of started on a journey of going sober, knowing where I was going to take my life, of setting up the business, had a lot of things thrown my way. But without the coaching, I can say without a doubt that I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done last year, and I wouldn't have
Mm.
set myself up as well as I have this year from everything that I learned. Like absolute fact with the community, the coaching itself,
Where do
everything.
you feel like you were struggling the most before you dived in on the coaching?
I think I had relative clarity on what I was trying to do in my life, but I think when I kind of take a moment to look at where I was at versus now, I think the identity shift, the
Mm.
ego side of things, introducing, reviewing, and planning. But the main thing was probably had a label on myself with ADHD. Probably the first thing we spoke about. Not being able to read, I can't sleep, I can't
Mm.
do this. Learning and understanding why I believe that, why I feel that way, doesn't mean it's easy. It's been easy to do, but I've understood how my head works, how my brain works, more just through learning more facts about how things work. So,
Yeah,
been able
nice.
to change so much from it.
What was the breakthrough for you when you went through the coaching that kind of resonated with you? How quick was that kind of breakthrough with yourself where it was like, oh shit, I'm actually seeing progress now I've joined up?
It might sound a bit extreme, but honestly, from the first call, like genuinely, I think we dive straight into understanding a few bits. I can't remember what the first one was exactly off the top of my head.
Mindset, mastering your
Mindset.
mind. Mm.
Yeah, mastering the mind. So that I'm big on trying to learn. And I come away from that and I went, fuck me, I understand what's gone wrong, the
Yeah.
inconsistencies. And it just instantly, I was like, I make sense. My own head makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Thank you, bro. And going through the coaching and the journey, right? What are some of the biggest things that you felt like you overcome or some of the biggest achievements that you gained, either externally or internally?
I think probably one of the biggest ones is letting go of the ego a little bit. It's led me on to do a number of different things. Like I said, running a business is one thing that's pretty external, something I've always wanted to do. But the fact that it's gone as well as it has is again kind of external. But I've started working with a breathwork coach. I
Mhm.
read 9 books last year. I review and plan every single day. My
Mm.
goals are aligned to how I live each day. They're things that I wouldn't have seen as possible before starting. So all of those things that combined together have just led on to how I've even started this year. So it's not always immediate, but coming
Mm.
into this year because of everything I've learned over last year, doing the course with you twice, I came into the year before the first Monday, and I went, I am so fucking clear on what needs to be done this year because I had
Mm.
a stack of reviews, I had a stack of understanding what went well, what didn't, which I think I would have just passed into the year like, oh, new year, new me. Like that's not happened. It's been right. This went well. This is what I know went well because of what I've done, and this is how I can improve it, which
Mm.
is harder to do than people think, like to actually know how to get that to that point.
Yeah, for sure. So it seems like you gained a lot internally from this, a lot of beliefs changing, a lot of mindset
For
changing.
sure.
You learned a lot, and then you was able to, implement it and put it in your life to see the success that you want, right? When it comes to the group coaching itself, some people might be a little bit hesitant, like, it's in a group setting, it's not one to one. How did you find that experience yourself? Is that something that you had reservations to begin with, or is it not something that crossed your mind?
Partially, yeah, because these are people that you don't know, right? That's when you kind of, but I'd say I'm outwardly quite confident. So for me, I was like, I don't care what I say in front of people, like I'm gonna make use of it. But for me, it was I weren't, if I'd be honest with myself, I wasn't ready to commit to working with you one to one.
Yeah.
Maybe partially it's a little bit more of a financial step, and I was like, this is a nice way in to kind of get a good understanding. But it was a way for me to ease in but also
Mm,
learning a lot from other people. Like these are
yeah,
guys that I'm saying stuff and or other people are bringing up questions and fuck me, that resonates with me. I didn't even think of that.
yeah.
So there were so many
What
positives from starting that way.
I was gonna say, what are some of them impacts that what are some of them wins or like the impacts or lessons that you was able to learn about yourself or the coaching just being around other individuals that are on the same journey? Because I always say that to people. I was like, when you become a part of this community, it feels like you're a part of something and you relate to so many other individuals on the calls, you know. And like what you said, a lot of people are very resistant or hesitant to like put themselves out there or be around these kind of people. But did you feel like you was immediately part of something and it was like everyone's on this same journey in the same boat as me?
100%. So like when you go again, not everyone in the group is sober, right? But and I'm not fully sober, but I don't drink in Dubai. But that can be quite a lonely path if you come from if you're an
For
ex-party
sure.
boy, like a lot of us were. But being on a group with boys that this again, I think maybe there's some misconceptions that people that do this are starting off in a really bad place in their life. That's not the case. You're on
Yeah.
with people running businesses that they're trying to do what they're doing what you're trying to do, and they're
Yeah.
showing that there's some things that aren't that easy, and you're going, fucking hell, I thought everyone just had it all right. When you get to this point, then you don't feel like that anymore. And I'm like, no, 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 that's not the case. There's boys with running multi-million pound businesses having the same thoughts and feelings as I have starting off. And it's like, okay, cool. That's a good understanding that you've just got to learn to how do you overcome that. So
Nice.
I think
Nice.
that was a big breakthrough for me that everyone feels the same. We're all human.
Everyone's got fucking problems, right? And
Yeah.
and I love what you just said there, right? It doesn't matter if you've got a multi-million pound business or you're starting at rock bottom or you're starting fresh. Everyone does have problems. Everyone does have
100%.
challenges. But the most important thing, everyone's reached out and got help and got around people that are, you know, either in the same position or further ahead of them to get that advice. And that helps, you know, getting where you want to go. So, how different would you say your life has been from starting to where you are now? Like if you could sum it up in a phrase, a word, a sentence, or it's just like give me a little bit of articulation of where you was to where you are now. How would you describe that?
I think clarity would be like the one word, like just is, but I'm worlds apart from what I was. So again, I didn't come from a place of, let's say, rock bottom. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't literally rock bottom. It was, I was on the journey, but I now have so much clarity about where I'm going and what I'm doing. Whereas
Mm,
before it was, I know what I want to do, but how the fuck do I get there? And you can't just wing these things because
yeah.
these problems will come back.
Yeah.
And I've learned how to over. I've dealt with a lot of shit in the last year still, and
I was gonna say that. What does clarity give your life? What does that give in your life? What does that give in your day to day? How does that make you feel knowing that you have got these dreams, goals, and aspirations, and it's not just a wish or a dream, it's now you have a system to allow you to bring these to reality. How does that make you feel every day?
it's that this is where it's been. Like I said, it's not immediate, right? It's
Yeah.
not necessarily going to be immediate. This took from working with you coming up to what 10 months ago
Yeah.
to coming into this year has been the most clear I've ever been. It's not just a
Mm,
New Year thing. Like I wake up every day knowing that right, not every day is going to be easy. Some days I'm going to feel like shit. The boys in the chat share enough about fucking hell, this was tough. You share your runs
yeah.
going, didn't want to get out of bed. And I'm like, no, 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 this is normal. So
Mm,
being aligned to your purpose, which I've got written in front of me on my fucking desk,
nice.
on a mirror, there's a slogan that I read every morning that just goes, your feelings don't matter today, your actions do. And just being able
Love
to kick
that.
your days off like that. And clear, defined daily habits. So not
Nice.
these big ambitions, are you going to close this deal, that deal? No. These actions get you to that place. And as long as you do this today, even if you don't feel like it, stack them up over a year, you're going to win. That's
Nice.
just the biggest clarity.
Love that, bro. I said that's one of the biggest wins that I've seen from you as well. What I've noticed that you learned, especially over the last month. It's like you're gonna have days where you don't feel good. You're not gonna want to do anything, but you've got this vision, you've got these great dreams, you've got these goals, and you know exactly what you've got to do. So it doesn't matter how you're feeling today. Get up and do the work, and if you do the work, the results will come. Thank you for sharing, bro. Um, if you was to give one piece of advice to someone watching the call, or a piece of advice to yourself, an old version of you that was contemplating coaching, a bit skeptical about it. Oh, should I do it? Should I do anything like? Should I invest in myself? What piece of advice would you give to that person or your old version where you first started?
You don't know it all. Like
Yeah,
everyone gets help.
yeah,
That's simple as like everyone gets help. Everyone has coaches. Most good CEOs in the world or listen to podcasts. will tell they've got a team of 5, 6 coaches a month. Like,
Mm,
don't think that you know it all. Even if you feel really good, you can do better. So
love that.
just
Powerful.
dive in.
Love that, bro. No, man, and I agree with that because a lot of people look and like people think asking for help's a bad thing, yeah. But like when it comes to coaching, improving, and progressing, reaching out and getting help to improve yourself is not a weak thing at all. If my tire pops down the road, I'm getting someone to fix that. If I don't
Yeah,
feel well, I'm going to the doctor. My teeth are going, I'm going to the dentist. That's asking for help. And this is exactly the same when it comes to, your own life, your own growth, your own journey. It's just like if you feel like you're struggling, if you feel like you don't know what you're doing or where you're going, there's someone that's going to help you get there. And you're a proven success of someone that felt like that reached out, that got the advice, got the support, got the tools, implemented them, and got the successes that they want. Is there
I
anything
think.
else? Go on, sorry.
But yeah, no, I was going to just to add to that again. This is my personal thoughts, and I know everyone has different beliefs on. I've mentioned the ADHD thing, right?
Sure.
I was looking to turn to medication and this and that and that. If someone is or sitting with, if it was me looking again, going, do I do this? Because I was looking at medication, I was looking at give this a go before you do anything else. Like
Mm,
you'd be surprised at what you can do to not heal yourself, but to manage your mind better, to manage your routines better before you try to dive into these quick fixes. Like
I
that
agree.
would be that's for me talking to me specific, but I'm sure there's plenty of boys out there
For
that
sure.
are
That's
looking at that.
powerful, bro. That's
So
very powerful. Thank you for sharing that, bro. Is there anything else that you'd love to share about your journey?
Um, no, just that the good thing is that obviously we've just stopped the second round of coaching, but um, it's the community that's the big part, right? So I've
Mm,
gone gaps in between of probably a few months, and I dived back in with you last year, and now my next step is to work with you one to one for sure. That's one of my goals this year. But just if someone does this just once, the community, I've met about 5 or 6 different boys that
mm.
are on my level, like used to party, used to do this. I'm on a level with people that I would never have had access to before, probably. Would not have kind of met them. Thingy, I'm just in a circle now of people that I know I can speak to, rely on, help with business, help with work. So the community is another massive, massive, massive plus for anyone thinking of doing it because you've got people around you that are doing the same thing, which is hard to find.
Completely agree, bro. Listen, thank you very much, mate, for your time. I'm sure this
No
will
worries,
help
mate.
someone or at least give someone that nudge to get themselves a call booked in and dive in further. Thank you very much, brother. Really proud of you.
Nice, mate.